Hi guys, Lady Yoga here, and this is Yoga Quickies, the show where you tell us what you want out of your yoga or fitness routine. We deliver to you in 5 minutes or less. And this is Shorty, who's sacked out on the couch. This request comes from Tim from the Twitterverse. He's been practicing for the last year and doesn't really understand still how to do Ujjayi breath. Now, Ujjayi breath is the victorious breath. That's sort of the loose English translation from Sanskrit. And we call it victorious breath because it sounds very victorious. It sounds like you're conquering your fears, you're conquering your practice. Basically, the breath is a part of your flow or Ashtanga practice. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically it's that flow, that linking of breath to movement where we're flowing from one posture to the next. And so your Ujjayi, or your victorious breath, actually just brings a presence onto the breath, onto your practice. So like you have your two arms and your two legs in your practice, it's like having another person in the room, another teacher in the room. You hear that breath, you're more conscious of it, and then that breath can be deeper. You can go deeper into your musculature, deeper into your internal body, and then your practice becomes a meditation. So when we teach the Ujjayi breath, usually for beginners, we just teach it to start off your class with and maybe remind you to bring it into the practice. But ideally, it's awesome to have that Ujjayi breath, that inhale and exhale, with a little hug at the base of the throat throughout your entire practice, whether your class is an hour long, 5 minutes long, or hour and a half long. That's what you want to sort of achieve. But what we'll just do for right now in our 5-minute routine is just to learn how to do it on the inhale and the exhale, and maybe just start integrating a few little movements so that we can get into the rhythm of that. And then you can practice that and then maybe bring it into your hour class or your hour and a half class. I actually like to do it when I'm sitting in traffic or waiting in line at the post office. Like anytime that I just feel like I might be frustrated or tense, it just allows me to bring my awareness onto the breath. So Ujjayi you can do anywhere. It's safe to do anywhere, anytime, you know, as long as people aren't looking at you like, why is she breathing so hard? It's not really about that. It's just about breathing deeply so that you can make it a conscious, lengthened breath. Okay, so we're gonna put 5 minutes on the clock here, and then we'll just start. You can kind of just put one finger up in front of your face, and you'll just take an inhale through the nose, and then you'll exhale like you're blowing out a birthday candle. So it sort of has a sound onto it, so you can do it again. Right, and then you can try it again with the mouth closed. Right, you can also pretend you have a pair of sunglasses on and they're a little foggy. So you want to make sure that your sunglasses are nice and clear. So you can pretend you have your sunglasses in front of you, and you can take an inhale and they'll go, rub it so it's nice and clear. Inhale again, rub it, make sure it's nice and clear. You can actually do this with a pair of sunglasses if you'd like to do that. And then try it again with the mouth closed, inhaling deeply, and then so you can sort of hear what it sounds like. It's just a gentle constriction at the base of the throat. It sounds sort of like an ocean, right? It also can sound like a little baby snoring, so it's a really nice sort of sound. And another way you can liken it to, everybody does the whole Darth Vader sound. It's a little extreme with Darth Vader. It's a little bit more intense. You don't want it to really constrict the base of the throat. You just want a little hug, just a tiny hug, as if, not like you're being choked, but just a tiny little hug. You don't want it to feel like it's constricting or hurting your throat in any way, shape, or form. So I like to actually think of being surprised and then being relieved. Being surprised and being relieved. Right? And then trying it again, surprise and relieve with the mouth closed. And you can do the facial expressions along with it, or you don't have to, okay? And then just to start integrating the breath with the movement, a simple posture to start doing this with is a warm-up pose for your yoga class. So you can come into all fours, or what I like to call shorty pose, and just spread the fingertips nice and wide, anchor down through your shins, make the spine nice and long. And then as you inhale, just soften through the belly, let the heart come forward through the gates of the arms as you inhale. And then once you meet the top of the inhale, you just hold here. And then you slowly exhale, pulling the belly in and dropping the head down. And so here you do your Ujjayi breath, linking the breath with the movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And all of our flow postures link the breath with the movement. You can see, even if you're holding a posture, you can inhale, exhale. Right? Down dog to plank, same thing. Inhaling, exhaling. And you want the full length of the breath to match the full length of the movement. So you don't want to be rushing through every one of these postures like you're on speed yoga, right? You just want them to be nice and fluid. So the length of the breath might actually slow down the postures, which is why it becomes a meditation, which is why you can actually go deeper into your stretch or deeper into a hold. And when you're taking these flow classes, a lot of the times you'll flow for a bunch just to heat up the body. The Ujjayi, victorious breath, also heats up the body. You'll notice that even standing and doing that breath, you'll start to feel a little tingly, a little heat building within the body. And then eventually, when we're holding the postures, you keep doing that flowing breath so you can go deeper and deeper and deeper into this stretch, deeper into the mind to soften and soothe through the nervous system and relax the body. At the same time, you're becoming stronger, which is sort of the secret in yoga, is that you become strong, you become supple, but you also become very relaxed, which is why, you know, the trend of yoga hasn't really gone away for a long period of time because people are really into it. You can see you live a lot longer, you're a lot nicer person, especially during traffic. And especially if you have a pet, it's like, that's also like Ujjayi breath. Keeps you mindful. Okay guys, so that's your 5 minutes and we have 40 seconds to spare, but you know, Yoga Quickies is 5 minutes or less. So the Ujjayi breath you can practice anytime, anywhere, and then once you're in your flow class, you just link that breath with the movement, and then eventually you'll get there. You know, and even when I'm practicing, sometimes I need to remind myself to breathe. Even when I'm talking, having a conversation, or if I'm nervous, it's nice to remind yourself to breathe, and that Ujjayi breath brings you right back to center. So thanks guys, this is Yoga Quickies, Lady Yoga, subscribe below. Let me know what you need to know and deliver to you in 5 minutes or less. Thanks so much, namaste.